the hospital, he entered Code Academy. Alexandre now is head of almost a department in a big company. He travels all around the world, and he already brought his family from Brazil, and his life completely changed. And we also have Reshape, for example, that they found, and that's something that it's a project that I really like also, because it's in prisons, and the system in Portugal is very, again, old-fashioned, and in my experience, you don't have so many people that go there, and you know the big purpose is that people don't commit crimes anymore. But what the numbers tells you, it's exactly the opposite. So they are they create a project inside the prisons for the inmates to have a job and to earn money. And somehow, when they go out, they already have some skills, the new skills that permit them to be more included in the society and to get a job. Because getting something that we don't think a lot, but one of the biggest challenges of social issues of people that come from backgrounds that are challenging is the job. Having a job really sometimes creates a huge change in their lives, and we can. It's very easy to understand why, but sometimes for inmates, the problem is that they commit crimes again, is because they have serious issues in getting jobs. No one wants to give jobs to someone that was in the prison. So, and we also have Schooler, that it's one that I also love that is in Village Underground. It's a project that teach kids how to perform with music, with dance, with several things. And we have kids that are in houses of Santa Casa, kids that have no families. We have kids like that there. And for example, during the COVID was fundamental, because I don't know if you know, but mental health in kids during COVID, especially in kids, imagine, that are locked down in a house with, and they are 20 or 25, they didn't have anything to do. Even the suicidal attempts in those places had a huge, it was a huge problem. And so we had kids that came to school every week, and they really had like a huge change. And I heard some of them saying that really saved their lives. So school, if you have the opportunity to, it's in Village Underground, is a great startup. And to finalize, Diverge, they make sneakers, but they believe that that the fashion industry is just think about huge groups, and it's not thinking about individuals itself. So the idea of Diverge is everyone can create their own sneakers, and their perspective of what is fashion or what is not. And they empowered kids in very tough neighborhoods to create their own sneakers. They teach them how to brand, to marketing, to do a business model, and then they have a platform that they sell these sneakers all over the world. So for a kid, imagine that is in a very tough neighborhood around Lisbon, to be able to create their own sneakers and to sell it to someone that is in Singapore or Hong Kong and earn money with that, it's very powerful. So these kids already did some money with that, and some of them already say that they want to be marketeers or go to the designers, and it's very interesting because most of them, they don't have that awareness or that connectivity with these areas to the places that they normally study. So I think it's also an incredible startup. If you want to see Diverge, it's great. So that's it.
nowadays it's super easy to say, not super easy, but it's way easier than 10 years ago to talk about entrepreneurship and sustainability and all those stuff. But the very beginning, 10 years ago, probably should be really tough to say like, raise the flag about, hey, entrepreneurship and social impact and let's build an ecosystem. So, how was it for you to like, when no one knows about it, like all those stuff, and it was very important to raise awareness about it and say like, look, if you don't do this now, in 10 years, probably not going to be in a good situation, or like how was to get like companies and the council and like all these people to really understand what you're seeing and like kind of, you know, put efforts towards something that nobody knew about at the time.
Yeah, thank you for that. My mother has 70s and she still doesn't know what I do. And I think that shows a lot. She's always saying, what really do you do? I don't know. And even when someone asks me to write my profession, I never know what to say. I used to say, I still say sometimes that I'm a lawyer for people to understand. But it was challenging because entrepreneurship itself in Portugal was not a huge trend like 15 years ago. But I think people can relate better because you have so many great examples all around the world of unicorns and startups and so I think it was easier for people to understand what was what was the entrepreneurship world. Impact is much more challenging because if you think most of the organizations that exist that tackle social issues, they don't earn money for it, or they are supported for the state from the governments or from philanthropy, or so it's very challenging to say to someone, I'm creating something to tackle social and environmental issues and at the same time I'm earning money in that. And even ideologically in Portugal, that was a very challenging thing to say. We have a Catholic background, and the social economy in the country is very linked with the church. This organization itself was born with a deep connection with the church. So even the name Casa do Impacto, I thought a lot about it because I didn't want it to give a name that would somehow shock those people from other generations that see social economy in a very different way that I see. And I really believe, and that's the challenging that we are facing now. We are piloting lots of startups, we are creating pilots inside charities like Santa Casa, and it's still it still has like a generation gap and a mentality gap that is huge. And so I think it's being a path, but I really think now, for example, the government will launch a big center to create competences to the people from the social economy side, and they ask us to help them to do that. So I think, like 4 years ago, that will never happen. So our dream is to really help to create, to change public policy, and I really believe that we have lots of entrepreneurs, lots of talented people that can really do that for the country. And I think we are doing our way. But it takes time, it's patience. Patience always.